Hello everyone, this is K-Goat from K-Goat Gaming. This video is going to get straight to the point because I've seen a lot of GTA videos out there that take 2, 3, or even 5 or 6 minutes to actually get to the meat of the video. And this video is going to take a while, so I'm just going to jump right into it. I'll do a video later introducing myself to the GTA community, and for those newer players watching this video, don't worry, I'll do follow-up videos explaining the main strategies I talk about in this video in greater detail. Anyway, here we go. GTA Online, a beginner's guide from $0 to $1 million a day, totally legit. What you're watching on screen right now is the birth of a new character. I know it's nothing too exciting, but I wanted to do a video to help out the newer players in GTA. And even after 4 years, there still seem to be a lot of newer players discovering the awesomeness of this game. I myself only started about 2 months ago, and man, I wish I had a video like this to help me. I started off with a bunch of extra money because I bought a shark card pack along with the game, and even though this was really helpful getting started, I feel like I kind of gypped myself out of the fun of starting from literally nothing and working my way up step by step. So I hope you enjoy watching the beginning gameplay of a brand new character I just created while I discuss the strategies that are going to take you from hobo to crime king in a relatively short period of time. I'm going to cover 3 main things in this video. The first being basic tips to enhance your overall gaming experience. The second being the most important items you're going to need to obtain from the beginning. And the third being how to get from nothing to a very steady stream of income that minimizes your time grinding on GTA and maximizes your ability to have fun by, of course, making money the easiest way. A quick note, I'm going to present you guys with a lot of facts in this video, but there's also a lot of opinion. As you get to know GTA better, you're going to understand that there are plenty of ways to get from zero to wealthy, and everybody is going to find their own way. But the strategies and tips I give in this video are based on mathematical facts as well as real-world time. They're to be considered a guide, but honestly, as long as you play GTA, you're going to figure out how to make money, and you're eventually going to have enough money to buy some of the things that make the GTA experience so much fun. So let's get to the first section. First time player tips. These tips are based on starting off GTA with no money. I'll give some advice on what to purchase first if you buy a shark card, but the basis for these tips is the fun of building a character from infancy with nothing. And again, I'll do individual videos covering a lot of this stuff in more detailed depth here in the future. But to start out, here's some general simple tips that are going to make your life a lot easier. Number 1, it's really simple, run a lot. It helps to build up stamina. You can also steal a bicycle and ride your bike all around to gain stamina. Number 2 is to hit people. The easiest way to build up strength is to fight people. Now, doing this in an open session it's going to get the cops on you for sure, eventually at least, but it's also probably going to draw attention from other players, and so you might start getting griefed. So my suggestion is to do a startup mission like death metal, where the cops are turned off. During the daytime, you can go to the beachfront and beat people up and shoot them all you want. During night, you can go to clubs and beat the crap out of people, and you don't have to worry about the cops getting called on you when you do this, okay? So do this 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, and before you know it, your strength's going to be built up. Number 3 is deposit money as soon as you get it. You can get your money stolen if somebody kills you, so as soon as you get out of a job or sell a car or whatever, deposit that money. Don't worry about finding an ATM either. Just use your phone, go to Money and Services, go to Maze Bank, click deposit, and deposit all your funds. Number 4 is for your first vehicle, my recommendation is to steal a motorcycle. Some of the fastest and most agile motorcycles in the game can be stolen and kept as a personal vehicle. A motorcycle like the Ruffian even is easy to obtain, and it's going to do very well for you, particularly at the beginning. The reason I say this is that motorcycles are almost all very fast and they're super agile, and you're going to need to get place to place pretty quickly. And they're also very easy to weave in and out of traffic. You're going to be able to get a super nice car anyway as soon as you get a garage, and that's the Elegy, and we'll talk about that later. So my suggestion is to steal a motorcycle, and now you'll have the option to use either depending on what you're wanting to do. Number 5 is snacks. Always keep filled up with snacks, because as you take health damage, eating snacks is going to bring your health back up. And the more advanced you get, the more you're going to need them, honestly. So it's a good habit to keep them stocked up. Number 6 is to develop a system. It's a good practice to develop a simple system every time you start up. I'll talk more about this later, but starting right off selling a car is a great practice, and making sure to sell one every 45 minutes is another. Also, ending your session by getting full ammo, armor, snacks, that's also a good practice. So try to make a habit of this. Number 7 is try to keep all of your properties as close together as possible, and I cannot stress this enough. It becomes a real pain in the butt trying to run all around the map, especially when you don't have air-capable vehicles. So try to plan these things out in advance before making big purchases like clubhouses, hangars, bunkers, whatever. Number 8 is you can be a VIP once you have $50,000. As long as you have $50,000 in the bank, you can do VIP missions or be a CEO bodyguard. These missions pay out really good money, and the two I recommend are Headhunter and Sightseer. And they're really simple and they don't take much time, you guys. You can grind out 100,000 easy in an hour or so doing these missions, and you get some really good RP in the process. Number 9 is don't buy anything right away. Stick to the plan of items to purchase that I'm going to talk about in the next session. In just a few sessions, just a few short hours, you're going to have a steady stream of income, a way to knock some money out, and you're going to be able to have some money available to purchase some of the things that you want that are fun. But you're going to want to get the foundational things that are going to lay the framework for long-term, easier money making and fun first. If you're desperate for new clothes, there are plenty of free ones you can get at the clothing store that are going to at least get you by until you have enough money to be able to upgrade your wardrobe the way you want. Number 10 is join the social club. It's really easy. Just click home if you're on the PC or scroll to the menu if you're on the console. Join the social club and you'll get $250,000 right away if you sign up for email notifications. And that's how you're going to be able to get the Elegy for free. And again, just so you guys know, the Elegy is still to this day one of the best cars in the game. Number 11, GTA is not a race, you guys. Most importantly, have fun. The strategies I talk about here in this video are based on roughly 3-hour sessions, and they can be very grindy seeming. So if you want to take a break and just do other stuff, most other stuff makes money anyway. Those roughly 3-hour sessions might end up taking 5 or even 6 hours if you get sidetracked or make a friend. It doesn't matter. As long as you get at least most of the stuff that we talk about here done somewhere along the timeline, you're going to be able to get the items and businesses that you need. But make sure to have fun doing this. Just don't forget that. The next section is items we're going to be purchasing, roughly in order of importance, okay? And these to me are critical items. The first one is the garage on Route 68, which is about 68 grand. This is going to be a very important purchase for you as it's actually going to be your first automatic money source in the game. You can set your spawn to this location, so every time you sign on, you're going to spawn right at your garage. You're also going to get a mechanic. And later on, you're going to see that you can just grab an $18,000 car that you've stolen right from your garage, drive it to LS Customs, and sell it right away. You can also use this garage to get your first high-end vehicle for free, the Elegy, which is again one of the best performing vehicles in GTA, and it's totally free. The next one is the Biker Clubhouse for $200,000. And again, this is just my opinion. It's very debatable, but I have several reasons for this purchase. The most important is that it gives you access to instant vehicle spawns. Wherever you are, as long as it's near some type of road, as an MC president, you can simply just bring up the interaction menu and request any motorcycle you have. It's a huge advantage, especially when you're just starting out. You can also return any vehicle you own to storage instantly with the MC President interaction menu. Also, you can store several bikes in your MC, which is another huge advantage. If you end up having a vehicle destroyed, instead of having to claim it at the insurance company, you can just spawn another bike right from your MC menu instantly, and then call Moore's Mutual and have your destroyed car sent straight to your garage, again, saving you tons of time. Second, the Biker Clubhouse gives you access to some good money-making missions. Rockstar is also frequently giving discounts on MC-related items like biker businesses or 2-time RP on biker missions or whatever. It's just a great way to be able to grind out some money, and it's only $200,000 to start. It's actually pretty cool, you guys. The next one is the micro SMG or the machine pistol. To me, these are the perfect starter weapons that allow you to shoot out of vehicles and while riding motorcycles. They're cheap, and regardless of what anyone says about them, the micro SMG is still one of my most used guns. Either one of these is definitely worth a little bit of money at the beginning. The next one is the Armored Kuruma or the Duke of Death, and these run about $550,000 to $660,000. Okay, right now the Kuruma is on sale, but typically it's about $550,000. These are by far the most valuable vehicles in the game, hands down. They may be able to be taken out by explosives from other players. I think the Kuruma dies from one explosive and the Duke will actually take two to kill it. But you're not really buying these things to go up against experienced players. At the beginning, you're simply just going to die from other players periodically, and you're just going to have to deal with it. But these cars are amazing because they're bulletproof, and NPCs, which are non-player characters, can't really do much against them. Some of the missions, jobs, whatever you're going to get are going to take so much time and kill you so often if you don't have one of these vehicles. If you have one and you're heading into a fight with 10 or 20 or 30 or even more NPCs, you simply won't have to worry. You can take them all out without taking any real damage most of the time. This sounds like a lot of money, but if you combine some of the things I've already talked about, and we'll get to money making here shortly, you can grind out 500 to 6,000 in a few hours. Okay, 600,000, sorry. And this will no doubt be one of the best purchases you ever make in the game, I promise. The next one, and this is personal, here is the Shih Tzu Hakachu. It's about $82,000. This is totally optional, you guys, but this motorcycle is one of the fastest, most agile in the game. If you already have like a Batty 501 or an Akuma, you can get both of those super cheap, like $10,000 or $15,000. There's really not much point because those motorcycles are pretty much as good as this. But if you find you have some extra money, I have not regretted this purchase, and it is still my most often used motorcycle. Of note, if you purchase an MC Clubhouse for your first several sessions, Rockstar is going to track which bike you use the most. After a certain period of time, Rockstar is going to tell you that XXX has become your favorite bike, and whenever you ride that bike, you take less damage and you actually heal. And you're going to be stuck with that bike as your favorite bike. So either stick with the Batty or the Akuma, or spring a little bit for the Hakachu. Of the small, I think of all the purchases I've made, this and the Kuruma are the ones I'm most glad I made. So I'd suggest you go for this before even getting maybe even the Micro SMG or the Kuruma. But that's just my opinion, and that's just because it's really fun for me, and man, I just love that bike. The next one is the high-end apartment, and that's $200,000. Having access to a high-end apartment gives you the ability to do some of the most fun and lucrative missions in the game, heists. You'll also get a 10-car garage, and you'll be able to shower, smoke weed, get drunk, watch TV, change clothes, get in bed, whatever you want. $200,000 is honestly nothing in this game, you guys, and even though as time goes on, you'll hardly use your apartment, or maybe hardly use your apartment, you're going to enjoy it for a period of time for sure. Plus, you'll be able to make some good money with heists, especially if you just have a couple of friends. The next one is the Cocaine Lockup, and this is about $950,000-ish to start. This is the most profitable of the MC businesses. It's been my biggest moneymaker for sure, and the best part about it is that it's passive income, meaning you earn money as you do other things. You can get the upgrades as you make enough money, but while you're grinding out other money-making methods, this business is earning money for you. When you sell a full load out of county, when you're fully upgraded, you earn $420,000. That's dang good money for stealing a few supplies and then running a sell mission. Of note here, you can also purchase a bunker or CEO office, particularly if they're having a sale. But they're a little bit more pricey than this, typically. Once you buy the CEO office, you have access to the best money-making sources in the game for sure. But you have to invest at least another 1.2 additional million in them to start making money. So you're going to be saving up anyway. With a bunker, you can start making money right away, and it is a very profitable business. It's a little bit better than the Cocaine Lockup. And it's passive money too, so it's up to you. But having that Cocaine Lockup is where I'd personally advise you to invest in your first business, because the missions are very easy. They don't cost a lot of money in terms of ammo. Like, I've rarely used ammunition in sale missions. Only a little bit on resupply missions. And you don't have to really touch the business except to sell and steal some supplies here and there. And there's some tricks, by the way, of dealing with supplies. But anyway, with the bunker, trust me on this, the missions almost always require a lot of ammo use. And ammo, trust me, it does add up, you guys. So at the beginning, it's a little harder to buy that ammo. Again, this is all my opinion, but it's definitely my recommendation. Get the Cocaine Lockup first. So what we have here is about $2 million worth of stuff. I'll be honest, most of the time, Rockstar is going to give you free money when you don't have much, especially your first couple of weeks, and if you sign in every day. I think I was awarded $5,000 within the first couple of days, and then another $1 million a few days after that. Also, if you sign up for email updates on Social Club, like I said before, you get $250,000. So I can pretty well guarantee you're going to have at least 750,000 coming your way within the first few days of playing, and close to 2 million within a week or so, especially if you throw in the Red Dead Redemption treasure find that's going on right now, and that gives you an additional 250,000 for about 10 or 20 minutes of honestly, it's a really fun hunt, you guys. So we're going to focus on making the rest of the money needed in this next section, but I can pretty well guarantee you're going to get $2 million pretty quickly here for barely doing anything. And this is the meat. This is the meat of the beginner money making guide. As a note, the sessions I talk about here are based on roughly 3-hour sessions, which is honestly not super long once you get addicted to GTA. Anyway, for the first money making session, as you saw in the gameplay at the beginning of this video, you're going to want to steal a vehicle. Again, I recommend a motorcycle, but it's honestly up to you. You can steal pretty much any vehicle that's valued under $100,000 that you see on the street. So grab one, take it to LS Customs, put a plate and insurance on it, and you're good to go. This is automatic starting out the game, so don't worry about the cost. And now on to the money making. The first and most important one that we're going to create from scratch here is the garage on Route 68. And again, I'm going to do a full video on this later. But there's a reason that we purchased this. Just down the road, there's a used car dealership, and if you steal any regular Sand King XL, you can use that to get a fully customized Sand King XL to spawn at that used car dealership unlimited times between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. You can easily, in one GTA day, which is 48 minutes, steal 4 or 5 of these vehicles. So the first thing you're going to do after you steal a motorcycle and take it to LS Customs to make it yours is drive out to the Sonora Desert, steal a Sand King, and sell it for 18 grand. 45 minutes later, you're going to go back and do the same thing. And by the way, you can sell one car every GTA day, which is 48 minutes. You can do this 4 or 5 times in a 3-hour period, giving you $90,000. First thing is to take this $90,000 and buy a garage on Route 68, the one that holds 6 cars, and steal more fully customized Sand Kings. Fill your garage with 4 of them because you're going to need the 5th and the 6th spot to store your motorcycle and your free elegy for a while. The next thing that I suggest is to play whatever missions Rockstar are currently promoting in between stealing the Sand Kings and selling them. These missions typically pay out 2 times RP in money, and you should be able to make, at a bare minimum, $20,000 on each mission, but honestly, it's usually a lot more. If you can't figure out how to do this or it doesn't interest you, find the mission Blow Up or Blow Up 2 and play them 4 or 5 times while you're waiting 45 minutes to be able to steal and sell another Sand King. And if you don't have Blow Up 2, by the way, you can always ask somebody in the lobby to start the job, and all you have to do is just join the job, complete it, and then you're going to have it forever. Make sure to stay in the mission for at least 10 minutes, and you're going to receive a payout of around $14,000-ish. That's 40 minutes and $60,000 in an hour, rounding down for screw-ups and wasted time or whatever, giving you a total of $180,000 for 3 hours. And I'm going to do a separate video on this Blow Up 2 mission here because it's the one I use the most, because it only costs you 1 sticky bomb or 1 pipe bomb, and it's super, super easy. So during your first 3-hour session, you've made $270,000 roughly, minus $68,000 for the garage, leaving you with about $200,000 left. I would suggest at this point not spending that money yet and just waiting for your next session. So during the second 3-hour money making session, again, you're going to spawn at your garage on Route 68 and make sure that you set that in your interaction menu. Grab a Sand King and sell it right away. You're going to repeat this every 45 minutes, again, for a total of about $90,000 after 3 hours of play. Now that you have more than $50,000, you can register as a VIP and play VIP missions. You'll make about $20,000 to $25,000 each time you do this. Most of these missions take about 10 minutes, honestly less. Okay, so run 3 or 4 of these every hour, giving you about $60,000 to $80,000 every hour. And again, these are low estimates. Go sell another Sand King, run some more VIP missions, giving you another $68,000, $60,000 to $80,000, and repeat for a 3rd and 4th time, giving you a grand total of about, and again, this is a low estimate, $240,000 from these missions. After this session, you've made an additional $330,000, giving you a total of $530,000. So go ahead and buy your MC Clubhouse. And the reason I didn't say to buy this at the end of your first session is that every business and property you own in GTA has a daily fee associated with it. So you want to make sure you have a buffer of money available to be able to pay your bills and staff. My suggestion when it comes to this is to buy the refurbished gas station, by the way, in the Sonora Desert, because that's where you're going to purchase your cocaine lockup, right around in that area, and it's right next to your garage on Route 68, keeping everything very close. And it's one of, if not the cheapest MC clubhouses. So assuming you didn't purchase any upgrades to your biker clubhouse, you should have about 300 grand left. My guess is by this point, Rockstar has given you at least $500,000. If so, go ahead and buy your Karuma or your Duke of Death, and you should have about $250,000 left over at this point. Since you've already been given the $250,000 for joining the mailing list, your balance should be $500,000. That's definitely enough to purchase a micro SMG or a machine pistol. And again, I'd purchase this gun first because you can shoot it out of a car or while riding your motorcycle. After all is said and done, you should still have around $400,000 considering you've been buying snacks and ammo and stuff. If you're so inclined, get yourself the Hakachu for $82,000. Assuming you did, I'm going to just assume you did, you now have about $325,000. And again, these are low estimates. You're not going to regret these purchases, you guys, trust me. And as a note, if you do decide to go the Hakachu route, after you buy your MC business, don't drive a motorcycle until you get that Hakachu, so you can make your Hakachu your favorite bike, quote unquote. And if you like the Batty or the Akuma or the bike you stole at the beginning, just use that too. So anyway, now you own a garage, a biker MC clubhouse, a Karuma, a Hakachu, and a micro SMG or a machine pistol, and you have some money in the bank too. About $300,000. That's after just 2 3-hour sessions. That's really not too shabby, you guys. So the third 3-hour session, just have some fun here, you guys. Run around beating people up in a mission like death metal. Again, I'm going to do a video on this. I mentioned it earlier, but where the cops can't get called. Go run some fun missions, whatever you want. Make sure to keep stealing and selling Sand Kings every 45 minutes, and at this point you should have 5 slots in your garage, minus your motorcycle because you've already moved it to your MC Clubhouse. So the only car you have in that garage is your Elegy, the rest are the Sand King XLs. And then if you go to your Clubhouse meeting room, there are contracts you can grab that are fun, and they pay out pretty decent money, usually $20,000 plus. By the end of this session, by selling your Sand Kings, playing fun missions, whatever it is you're doing, you should probably have $250,000 extra added to your balance, giving you around $550,000 to $600,000. At this point, it's very safe to buy your first high-end apartment, which will give you a 10-car garage and access to heist. And you'll still have over $350,000 left in your account. By this time, my guess is that Rockstar's awarded you some more money here too. Maybe even $1 million, but maybe not. It's coming in the next few days regardless. Might take a week or so to get that extra million that they most frequently give newer or poor players, but regardless, you now have several varied and fun sources of income that include your garage on Route 68, your Biker MC Clubhouse, VIP missions, and heists. That's not too bad for 3 days and 3 hours a day, and honestly, you can do this sooner if you play more. I know a lot of this can seem like a little bit of a grind, but I can guarantee you that you've learned a lot about your motorcycle, a lot about your car, and how to just get around the map, how to defend yourself against NPCs, and a lot of the other integral GTA stuffs that you're going to end up needing to know. And now you can do heists, which do pay out pretty well, and they can be really fun. So now, for the next of your sessions, just play and have fun for a couple of days, making sure to only spend money on snacks and ammo, and always making sure to sell Sand Kings every 45 minutes. I'm telling you, $90,000 every day in just 10 days is nearly $1 million for literally doing nothing but causing a truck to spawn and selling it. At this point, you should easily have enough money to make your first major purchase, your cocaine lockup. And that's going to be around $420,000 for every successful sale of full stock once you get all the upgrades. And you don't have to do much to get that. In just 5 or 6 days, you now have some of the most essential items in the game and a steady, passive source of very good income. Keep playing and having fun, making cocaine sales, and make sure you do resupply missions so you don't spend your money on supplies. and just have fun exploring. In 2 to 3 days of just a few hours a day, you should have enough money for all the upgrades at your cocaine lockup, which means you'll make more money even faster. And of note, a fully upgraded cocaine lockup fills up with stock in about 4 to 5 hours. And while you're waiting between resupply missions and sales, you can be running VIP and MC missions or even heists with friends. Use the extra money to buy weapons like maybe a bullpup rifle, a marksman rifle, special carbine, whatever's available, and maybe just a few fun items. So anyway, if you rinse and repeat this, and again, I'll cover this in another video, but soon you're going to have enough money to buy a meth lab and do the same thing. Between a fully upgraded cocaine lockup and a fully upgraded meth lab, you're going to have about $810,000 of income, along with the $90,000 from selling the Sand Kings every single day, giving you the ability to earn about $900,000 a day just from those three things. When you add in a few missions or whatever it is you do for fun, that's easily $1 million a day. And you guys, that's just the beginning. For me, I own a coke lockup, a meth lab, and a weed business, and I make about $1.1 million every day just running 3 cell missions. That doesn't include the other stuff I do or the other businesses I have. This system is sound, and to me, the best things about the biker businesses are the cell missions. They're very low stress, and the income generated, it's all passive, you guys. You don't have to do anything except resupply, and there are some tricks to make sure you don't have to do resupply missions, by the way. And I'll do a video on running these resupply missions and cell missions later, just helping you sort of maximize your time and profits here. Let's just say making them very small burdens. And that's it, you guys. A beginner's guide to creating a foundation within 7 to 14 days of $1 million a day, and it's a sound system. There will, of course, be frustrations along the way, like failed missions, deaths, whatever that might hamper your full money making or take extra time. So the estimates I gave here are low estimates, and so they should be pretty darn accurate. Keep in mind that GTA 5 Online has become a game that's very much about grinding. Rockstar Games very strongly want you to purchase shark cards, so they've made it really annoying to make enough money for you to buy the fun things you want in the game. So it's incumbent upon you to create a very efficient money-making system that keeps your grinding to an efficient minimum. Each of the other facilities or businesses give you really good money-making capabilities, there's no doubt, with the CEO being probably the most profitable versus the amount of time needed, and the bunker probably being the second. Having a hangar can be profitable for sure, but for more skilled players and for players with friends available all the time. But the missions are very difficult for new players and nearly impossible and very costly sometimes for solo players. Also, the CEO gives you lots of perks, and the bunker gives you the ability to maximize some of the most powerful and fun weapons and vehicles in the game. So I'd suggest sticking with those in the future as you expand, okay? Anyway, I'll do a quick video here coming up where I'm going to show you my updated new player and where she's at, and I'll give you more detailed breakdowns of how that character got there, as well as where that character is going to be going. I'll also be doing videos here in the near future breaking down pretty much most of these techniques I talk about in here in greater depth with some tips and tricks to kind of maximize profits while minimizing time spent. Okay, if you enjoy this video, you guys, I'd really appreciate it if you like the video, and if you're so inclined, please subscribe to the channel. The bigger the channel gets, the more videos I'm going to put out. Hope everybody has a great day. Talk to you soon.